What all was announced from Star Wars Celebration? Will there be a sequel to the Joker movie? And what is zombie brain soda? Well, I talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello everyone and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus. And today, there is a lot of stuff to talk about today. Of course, a lot of stuff following behind the Star Wars Celebration. I've talked about it maybe a little last week. I don't entirely remember what I talked about last week. I remember I tried all the water last week, which is a great episode. If you haven't listened to it, you should definitely go back and listen to that one. But the week before, 2 weeks ago, actually, I know I did talk a little about Star Wars Celebration and what was announced and some of the stuff that came about on the day of. I don't think I covered everything that was talked about during Star Wars, the whole weekend really, that was Star Wars Celebration. But there's a lot of stuff that was announced, and we'll get to that shortly. First off, I want to just go ahead and talk a little about this weekend. I know this episode is premiering on Saturday, June 11th, but the following day on Sunday, June 12th, for those of you that are interested in the video game world that is Xbox and other companies like that, on June 12th, Sunday, June 12th, there will be the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. If you do not know what Bethesda is a video game company that makes games such as The Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, and Oblivion. And they also make all the Fallout games. And they're going to be having a showcase with Xbox because Xbox did, in fact, buy the Bethesda company a while back. They also make the Doom games, I think, is what Bethesda makes. So Doom, Fallout, Skyrim, all that kind of stuff. We're going to probably get a new trailer or some gameplay or something out of the next Bethesda game, which will be Starfield, which is going to be releasing, I think, the beginning of next year because it was delayed. And some other Xbox-related stuff. It's going to be a big event. Apparently, they're going to be it's been rumored, but apparently they're going to be making a remastered version of the old 007 GoldenEye video game, which was like either the first or one of the first shooter games, which, I mean, anybody who owned like a Nintendo 64 back in the day, or whatever game console it was on, a lot of people in the generation above me, if you're in your, late 20s, 30s to 40s in that area, and you were into video games when you were younger, you most likely would have played GoldenEye because that was such a big video game in that time. And apparently it's being remastered to have like better graphics and basically just the same game, just looks better and plays better on Xbox. And it's rumored that that's what's going to be happening, is that they're remastering GoldenEye, which would be a pretty big deal if they actually do that and they release a trailer or something for it on Sunday. That'd be pretty wild. Like, I've never played it, and I would like to play it. So if it's remastered, I'll definitely try it, and play it through the whole game probably. So yeah, it seems interesting. If that actually happens, that would be pretty cool, since that was such a big game in those days whenever it came out. And I'll definitely give it a try and let y'all know how it is. So, but they'll probably be talking more about other Xbox related things and other games, and then it's because it's the Xbox and Bethesda showcase, so Xbox will be showing off some of their own stuff, but this is mainly going to be targeted toward Bethesda with any updates to the online Skyrim game. It's Elder Scrolls Online is what it's called. And then Starfield is mainly like the main thing that they're focusing on, because that's what everybody's looking forward to. It was supposed to come out in November of this year, but it had to be delayed to about February to March of next year because they want it to be done. And any big major game that comes out nowadays, is always going to be delayed. If the first announcement is January 5th or something, when they say, oh, the new release date, we haven't told anybody. This is the first release date of the game is going to be January 5th. That's always going to be the first. It will always be delayed. There is hardly ever any game that is not delayed anymore because they always give you a date and then say, okay, this is going to be it. Here you go. But then usually they're like, okay, well, we got to change that. We're going to make it come out in 2 months. Or change it, we got to make it come out in 6 or 7 months. And then if they delay it again, they might delay it for a third time. And it might end up coming out next year or the next, so it's hard. Like, I understand they got to do crunch time and make the game as good as it can get in a very short amount of time. But why can't we just give them time? Because it's the companies that don't want to delay it. The company itself, the people in charge of the corporation, want to push out these games because they okay, if we can push out a game as fast as we can, and as long as you can play it and beat it, that's all we need, so we can sell it to make money. $60 a game, boom, there it is. Don't matter if it's fixed, broken, whatever, So, and then they have to, always update it every week or every other week with these patches, that you download. That can be like a gig, and that's how big it is, So, I don't know. I think they should just take their time with these games. Like they are with Starfield, it was kind of disappointing that it has to be delayed for a few months. But when it comes out, it's going to be a really big deal, So, because with it being delayed, there's not really that big of a game coming out at the end of the year. Because God of War Ragnarok, which is the next God of War game, is coming out either in August or September. Don't know the exact day. But for October and November, usually that's when a few big games come out. The only one now is the next Call of Duty game. But besides that, what else is big that's coming out maybe at the end of this year? And maybe in December we might have something. But they always push these big games to come out before Christmas, because whenever they go big for Christmas, whenever parents go buy their kid the next PlayStation or Xbox game, that's what they try to target for. That's their target, is why they usually push for October and November releases. So, but I'm excited to see what Xbox and Bethesda have to show off on a Sunday, and I'll probably talk about that in 2 weeks from now and see what they release, any trailer or anything for something new. So I'm excited to see what they say about that. So to get into the entertainment news, there is a lot of stuff to talk about, whether it's DC, Marvel, Star Wars, a lot of Star Wars stuff. But there's a lot to talk about. First off, we're starting off big. Like I said at the very beginning, will there be a sequel to the Joker movie? And I'm talking about the Joker movie that starred Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. Well, it has officially been confirmed by the director, Todd Phillips, that he will be returning to direct a sequel to the Joker movie, with it starring Joaquin Phoenix again as the Joker. And that is pretty big news, that we're getting a Joker 2 out of this. And I really liked the first Joker movie. I thought it was really good. And to see that they're making a second one is kind of big, because the first one was really good and a lot of people liked it in that style. And I am excited to see what's going to happen with it. I don't know how if it's gonna be its own thing or tie in to anything else. I don't really know if it's going to do that. I don't know if it's not going to be the Joker for the Batman, because they already have one. I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do and see in what direction they're going to take this. And yeah, I don't know anything else. I know it's going to have the same director as the first one, and Joaquin Phoenix is coming back to be the Joker again. So that's interesting to know that. So this trailer was actually released yesterday, that the Black Adam movie starring The Rock as Black Adam will be premiering in theaters on October 21st. Of course, this movie was actually supposed to premiere in July, but it got delayed, just like all the video games do. It got delayed and is now coming out in October. So I'm definitely going to be having to go to the theaters to watch it. I watch almost every movie that Dwayne Johnson is in because I personally think he's good. He's funny. He's a good actor. There are some people, not a lot of people, but there are some people that think that all of his movies are kind of the same, where it's just him running around the woods and doing whatever, like Jumanji or anything else. He's always that ex-military guy. But this is going to be different because Black Adam is a DC character, like the Joker. They're all in the Batman, Superman, Justice League universe, Black Adam, if you don't know, he's Egyptian. He has kind of the same powers that Shazam does, and in the comic books, Black Adam is one of the main villains to Shazam. In the comic books, I don't know how the movie is going to do this, but in the comic books, the way it was is that the wizard Shazam would pick his champion, basically, and would come up to someone and give the powers of Shazam to that person. Well, the person in the Egyptian times was Black Adam, and he became a villain with those powers, that he used them for his own doing, So therefore, later on, the wizard had to choose the actual character Shazam, I think his name was Billy Batson, I think was his, person name. Chose him to be Shazam, and that's why Shazam fought Black Adam. Because Black Adam is just Egyptian, he's really strong, he can fly, he can shoot lightning out of his hands, so it's like he's kind of invulnerable, So it's kind of weird to see this, but we're having a DC movie that's about Black Adam, and The Rock is playing him, so The Rock is a villain in a DC movie, but it's about him, like how the Joker, he's a villain, but the movie was about him, it was his origin story. And like with this is the origin story of Black Adam and how his family comes to be, and Hawkman is in this movie, and Dr. Fate, which is played by Pierce Brosnan, which is really cool, because I like Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate is basically DC's version of Doctor Strange, but I like Dr. Fate. He's got different powers than Doctor Strange, but he's still good. So I'm excited to see this movie. Premieres on it premieres on October 21st. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that. So to kick it over to Amazon Prime, we have The Boys. Season 3 of The Boys has officially premiered. 3 episodes are already up. By the time you hear this, the 4th one will already be available. New episodes every Friday on Amazon Prime. And it's really good. The first 3 episodes there's some bangers. They're banger episodes because, God almighty, if you've seen it, you already know what I'm talking about. With the first episode, in the first 10 minutes, oh God, it was very unset. It was very The Boys. That's what I'm just going to say. You should not watch this show with kids. This is a very rated R show because of the language. There's nudity, there's a crap ton of blood and gore and people getting pulled apart and blown apart. Like, it's very graphic in every way you can imagine. It is not for the faint of heart. So have caution when wanting to watch but it's a really good show. I mean, really good story. It's somewhat easy to follow. There's a lot of points during the past seasons anyway, that you're like, what? And then it's like, oh, okay, then this happens. And then they'll have a cliffhanger and all this kind of stuff. But it's really good. I enjoy it. There are spots that's like, okay, well, what's going to happen? You got to keep watching to know what happens, So I'm excited to see what this newest episode of this week was going to bring. I haven't watched it yet because it's not Friday yet, but I will definitely watch it and keep watching it every week and keep y'all updated with stuff. So yeah, it's really good. If you have Amazon Prime and you haven't watched The Boys, you definitely should. So with Marvel, kicking over to the Disney side of things with Marvel and Star Wars, starting off with Marvel, this was just announced. There is a new series on Disney Plus that is Marvel, that is going to premiere on August 10th. And this series is called I Am Groot. Now, this is going to be, I guess it's live action, if you can call it that. It's going to be about the character Groot, and I think it's like little shorts is what it is. And what that means is that it'll be episodes, but they'll be like 10 to 15 minutes long, because that's what a short is. A short is usually something that's about 20 minutes or less, usually around 10 to 15, or even less than that. It could be like 5 minutes long. But I Am Groot is the name of it. It'll be premiering August 10th over on Disney Plus. I'll watch it, I guess. I mean, I don't know if it's going to have that much impact on the MCU or not, but it seems something that might be more targeted towards kids, you know. So if you got any kids, if you have kids or you are a kid, listen to this, which is questionable. But if you're a kid or you have kids that are interested in Groot or anything like that on Disney, and y'all have Disney Plus, y'all should check it out. You know, it seems like a cool show. I mean, it's not going to be like rated R or anything because it's Disney, you know. But I think it'll be pretty good. I'll check it out, I guess, and see what it is. So over on the Star Wars side of Disney, Season 4 of The Mandalorian is currently being developed and will be premiering, that we don't have an exact date, but it said that they will premiere the first episode of Season 4 of The Mandalorian. Is it Season 4? Or is it Season 3? Now I'm just confused. Anyway, it's going to be premiering February 2023. I really got confused right there for a second because I was like, it's either Season 3 or 4. It's got to be Season 4, right? Unless I'm thinking Season 3 was Book of Boba Fett. I think it's Season 3 now. Now I'm doubting myself. Let's see. I'm going to Google it to make sure because I don't want to say too much about it. And okay, it is Season 3. My bad. It is not Season 4. I mean, if you watched Book of Boba Fett, you'd understand why I kept thinking it was Season 4. Season 3 will premiere February 2023, and then later that year will be the Ahsoka series at some point in 2023 as well. So, don't really know much about it. We know that it apparently Bo-Katan will be kind of showed off as the villain, I guess, in this next season because she wants the Darksaber and the Mandalorian. They're going back to the planet Mandalore, which is, of course, the birthplace of the Mandalorians and of all the race that is the Mandalorians. But the Mandalore, the planet's kind of ruined and just basically destroyed because the Empire came in after Order 66 happened and all the clones turned into stormtroopers, and they got more stormtroopers, and they got rid of the clones, you know, and got stormtroopers, you know, and got rid of all the Jedi. It was the Emperor and Darth Vader and all the Empire kind of just destroyed and bombed Mandalore. I mean, it looked like something out of a World War II movie or game where it's just a bunch of TIE bombers bombing the crap out of every city on Mandalore and just destroying it all. Because they knew if they left them alive, they would not join the Empire. And the Emperor and all the Empire had the mindset of that if you're not with us, you're against us. And if you're against us, then you're dead. And that was how they treated everybody. So it was, yeah. So they killed all of them, and that's why they're going back to Mandalore. So it's gonna be something when we see it. So also on the Star Wars side of things is Season 2 of The Bad Batch will be premiering this year on September 28th. And that's going to be interesting to see. That's like a week after my birthday. And I'm excited to see it. I really like Season 1 of The Bad Batch. It was long, but I really liked it. And I'm going to enjoy Season 2. I think it's going to be really good. Also, currently on right now is the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and God, is it good. It is a very good show. Episode 4 came out this week that I've already seen it, and I won't give any spoilers to anybody, But the show itself is just so good. I can understand how it was kind of related into the sense of the Joker movie and Logan. And I definitely think this is the right way they should go with Kenobi, this show. There are some spots that I'm confused about as of something that happened, and I think in episode 2, because I am very confused. It was towards the end of episode 2, and if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm confused because, excuse me, I don't really know what they're going to do about it, you know. But otherwise, it's really good. I did mess up and kept saying that it would be every Friday. I was wrong. The Kenobi series is every Wednesday, and I think there's only 2 episodes left. This one that was episode 4 came out, and I think it's just 5 and 6, and that's all we got. We got 2 episodes left, I think. Apparently, it's rumored, too, that they're going to make a season 2 of Kenobi, and I would like that. That would be pretty cool. I would love it, actually. But every Wednesday for the next 2 Wednesdays, Kenobi will be going, and we'll see how it ends. We know Kenobi doesn't die. That's not a spoiler. That's just the way it is. Kenobi dies in episode 4, you know, in the original trilogy, when he had that crap fight with Darth Vader on the Death Star. So we'll see how it ends, and I will review it once it's over. So if you have Disney Plus, you should definitely check that out. It's really good. Also premiering this week is the Marvel series Ms. Marvel. I have not seen the first episode yet. I have not had the time to see it yet. But apparently some people said it was good. I'll watch it to see if it's good. You know, apparently it's very different than, you know, Moon Knight was the last series we had. So it's probably very different from Moon Knight. But it seems interesting. I don't really know that much about the Ms. Marvel character, so it'll be good for me to learn more about her character and how she's going to be in the MCU from here on out, I guess. And yeah, so I will definitely give it a watch either tomorrow or one day this weekend probably. And I will let y'all know how that is. That is also every Wednesday, so every Wednesday from now on for the next few weeks, we got Kenobi and Ms. Marvel on Wednesdays, and we got The Boys on Fridays. So, for right now. So yeah, I'll check out Ms. Marvel and see if it's good or not. So yeah. So that's pretty much everything, you know. There's a lot of stuff happening right now with Marvel and Star Wars, so, and everything else, you know. You got your Netflix, you got Stranger Things over on Netflix. That is currently all the news. I have not watched it. I have not really watched any of Stranger Things. I think I'll have to give it a try, though. Like, I've seen some of it. I've seen some of the last season, not this newest one, but the one before, season 3. And it looks interesting. I just got to sit down and watch all of it. I would want to start from season 1. So, yeah, I'll definitely give it a try at some point later on, you know. So, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into some questions. With all that entertainment news, there was only going to be one question this week. But if you have a question you would like for me to answer on a future episode, there should be a link down in the description of this podcast episode that will take you to my YouTube channel. Click or tap on that. It'll take you to my YouTube channel. Go to one of the videos, and down in the comments section, comment your questions, whatever they may be, and go ahead and comment a flavor of drink or candy or some type of food that you would want me to review on a future episode. And right now we got one question here, so thank you for this question, and we're going to go ahead and dive into it. So here we go. It is, in fact, a would you rather question. So, and if you want to play along and think about it in your head, you know, think about this either or of this would you rather question, or if you wanted to guess which one you think I would choose, because that'll be pretty interesting, I guess, to see which one that I would choose out of these two choices of the would you rather question. So, and you pick a question too. You pick a choice too. Which one would you rather do? You know. So here we go. Would you rather explore space or the deepest parts of our ocean? That's a good question. I personally would choose space. I like the ocean. I've been in the ocean. I've been to the beach, which is next to the ocean. No, that's a lie. I've never been in the ocean. I've been in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's it. I've never been in the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean. I don't think. So if you don't consider the Gulf of Mexico as part of the ocean, then no, I've never been in the ocean, I guess. But I would rather choose space because there's more, which there's always that thing, it's like that they said that we know more about our solar system than we do about our own ocean. And that's kind of scary because there are still fish that's way deep underwater that we don't know about yet, that we've never seen or heard of, that are not named. They're just fish, you know. There was a new fish that was discovered not too long ago that is almost translucent. It has never seen the sun, and it is so far down in the ocean that you got to use light because it's so dark, you know. And since they're so far in the ocean and never seen light, their skin or scales or whatever they have is almost see-through because they don't really have any skin, really. So it's like you can see their organs, and if you hold up your hand on the other side of the fish, you can see your hand through the fish because it's just see-through. I definitely think being in the deepest part of the ocean is more scary than being in space, because you can die tragically either way. I would like us to know more about the deepest part of our ocean, like somehow be able to get something down at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, since that is the deepest part of the ocean, really. I don't know if we've ever been to the bottom, but I don't know if we can go to the bottom yet. If we can design some type of submarine or ship or something that can go down there, or just like a camera drone to send down there. I think space is cool, though. You know, I could, like, get a spaceship that actually is good and works and stuff, something like out of Star Wars, and be able to fly it out into space and just explore around our solar system for now. I think that'd be really cool. I would like that. That'd be awesome, in my opinion. So, I would personally choose explore space over the ocean. I just think space is cooler. That's just my opinion. I think space is way cooler than the ocean. So, thank you for that question. And yeah, like it's hard to choose because the ocean is kind of cool, you know. But it's like, you want to be way underwater, or do you want to be just out in space with nothing, you know? Because space is just a bunch of nothingness, you know, when you think about it. So, with all that being said, it is now time for a drink review. I have to go get the trash can because I forgot to get it because of one of these drinks I think is going to be bad. And I forgot to get it because I want to be prepared for all of you, because I'm not going to just spit on the floor or in my lap or something, you know. So, I might as well be ready for anything. So, I've got two drinks here that are another two set of drinks that are that my mom got me from the state of Tennessee. They are very sweaty because it is indeed a little warm in here. Let me get a napkin. The first one we're going to choose to drink, I've actually had this brand before. If you listen to a bunch of different episodes that I've done, you probably will recognize this. This is Ball's Guarana Orange Soda. Now, I have, in fact, had Ball's Root Beer, and I think I had Ball's Cherry Soda. I think that's what it was because it was clear, and I think it was cherry. But I remember the root beer being really good. It's this shorter bottle with like a bunch of knots on the outside of it. It's a really good... I think it's a really good looking bottle, in my opinion. But this one, like I said, I've had root beer and I've had cherry soda. I'm pretty sure is which one it was. I don't want to say for sure. I honestly think it was cherry soda because I can look back and see which one it was, But I got Ball's Guarana orange soda, and I'm a fan of orange soda. Y'all know that I really like a good orange soda. Is there any nutritional facts on this? I think that there is. There is 120 calories in this bottle. And there are... How much sugar is in it? How much sugar we got in this bottle, boy? No fat, some sodium, carbs, no protein, yada yada, all that kind of stuff. Water, high fructose corn syrup, citric acid, all you good stuff. So just everything that makes a normal soda. Artificially flavored, probably. I didn't even keep reading it. So, Ball's Guarana orange soda. Let's crack it open. Oh, you can visit www.balls.com. Make sure you spell it right because you might get something else if you don't. This is a high caffeine soda. This is why I like this. This is naturally and artificially flavored. I'm still confused about all that. But on the bottle cap, it says high caffeine soda. So there's a lot of caffeine in it, apparently. Does it say that? It don't say that on here. Manufactured for Balls, Twinsburg, Ohio. I don't know what they're doing up in Twinsburg, Ohio, but apparently they're playing around with some balls to be making all these different types of drinks, So, Ball's Guarana orange soda. Let's give it a try. Wow, that's good. God, that's good. I'm definitely going to be finishing that later. Ball's orange soda, you're going to get a 90 because that's great. That is a great orange soda. One of the best orange sodas I probably ever had, honestly. It tastes good. It feels good, in the mouth. It's light. It's not too heavy. You can definitely tell there's caffeine in it. You can definitely tell there's sugar in it. But other than that, it's really good flavor. It's just a straight up good orange soda. So, Ball's orange soda, you earn that 90. So, the next drink we have is another one from Always Ask for Avery's because they always got the weirdest crap you can imagine that they put in sodas. This is Zombie Brain Soda. And apparently what this actually does taste like, because zombies aren't real that we know of anyway. What this actually, the flavor profile is strawberry and orange. And I don't know if that's going to be good. It's got a pinkish, like a mixture of like pink and orange is kind of the color. I could describe it as a weird red looking color. Just another Always Ask for Avery's totally gross soda. I got the trash can here just in case. If you hear me spit, I apologize. But I don't know if this is going to be bad or not. This might be good or not that bad. Usually, most of these just aren't gross. They're just not that good because it's like I'll be able to drink it and swallow it and get it down, but I don't want to try another sip, So, Zombie Brain Soda. Get the trash can ready. Let's give it a try. Okay, I got you. Okay. right. Okay, it is not that bad. I didn't have to spit any out. Zombie Brain Soda coming out of the woodwork, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. Strawberry and orange mixed together in a soda is very weird. It just tastes weird. Like, I can't describe it. You can taste both of them. You know, like, imagine putting them together but still being able to taste both of them separately on your tongue. It didn't make me spit it out, which is a plus for them. The art on the front is just basically a zombie with his head cut off, with his brain sticking out, and then there's a straw poked into his brain, which is weird, because it's supposed to be Zombie Brain Juice Soda is what is actually the full name of it. Not that bad. It's one of the better ones, I would say. I would actually just give this a 74 because I wouldn't try this again, but it does get a higher score of a 74 in my opinion, which, you know, I mean, that's kind of high for that kind of soda. I give it that because I wouldn't want to try it again, but it was good to try it, and it didn't disappoint. It actually exceeded my expectations of it because, I mean, I thought I was going to spit it out. I went and got the trash can mid-episode to make sure I wouldn't spit everywhere, you know. I mean, it's all right, you know. I mean, the actual soda itself looks good, you know. It's a real, like, bright red color, and it's strawberry and orange, and it tastes exactly like that. It tastes just like strawberry and orange put together. So, but yeah, Balls Orange Soda rocking it with a solid 90, and Zombie Brain Juice Soda with a good old 74. Yeah, I mean, that Zombie Brain Soda really did scare me. I thought I was going to not like it. But Balls Orange Soda, God, that's good. If you ever find the Balls brand of sodas, God, y'all got to try them. It's really good. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode. As always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And make sure you tell your friends and your family to give it all a listen. And also make sure you follow the Toddcast only on Instagram at @the_Toddcast_, only on Instagram, of course. And just make sure you do tell your friends and family. Tell them, like, if you have a friend that they like podcasts, just text it to them. Copy the link and send it on Snapchat, Facebook Messenger, DM on Instagram, DM on Twitter. Get the WhatsApp and message them on there. I don't know. Just get any kind of app and message your friends. Mail them. Send it by pigeon. I don't care. Tell your friends about this podcast, and they'll probably enjoy it. And thank you all of you for listening to this episode. If you want to know what's going to happen next week, we're just going to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.